The tip and the transition are the easiest things to get wrong when you're scraping an oboe reed. I'm Jennet Ingle, the 5-Minute Reedmaker. In my previous video, Understanding the Tip and Transition, I discussed some of the factors that go into this region, and in this video, I'll show you 4 different ways to create it. I always start with a long scrape to preliminarily thin the tip and to start vibration through the cane. I recommend measuring and drawing right on the cane at this point if you aren't just ready to eyeball where you want to put it. The base or the gutter of the rooftop should be at about 65 millimeters. Here's one that I've pre-drawn. From here, some people just like to sort of go chicka 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 and scrape a scrape until finally this begins to appear. I'm taking very small strokes, I'm angling outward, and I'm just kind of brushing the cane off. This method basically makes me insane. It takes more time than I want to put in, and it takes more paying attention than I want to put in. Because my strokes are all so small, it's easy for them to sort of migrate way down back here, and that's not where I want to be. I always have to stay north of that rooftop that I've drawn in, and sometimes in all of my little scraping, I'll lose track of that pencil. My scrape will start to move back, and it's hard for me to keep track of all of my factors of needing to be thinner here, thinner on the outside. So this is my least favorite technique, but it is the safest. The second technique basically requires only straight scrapes, which is very nice. I'm going to be scraping vertically up the reed, following its grains, and being really conscious of staying far on the right when I'm on the right and far on the left when I'm on the left. Mentally, I'm going to draw 5 subdivisions. Here's my 65 millimeters, and here's step 5, step 4, step 3, step 2, step 1. If I start all the way on the right, and I scrape from 5 all the way to the top. Then I'm going to start at 4, scrape all the way to the top. Scrape from 3 all the way to the top, from 2 and from 1. Now I'll do the same on the left. Notice the way that my knife is taking off cane only on the very far left side. I'm really trying to focus on only those maybe 5 or 6 leftmost grains. When I move up to step 4, maybe I'll take a slightly broader scrape. Step 3, broadening again, step 2, and step 1. I'm always thinking about this angle. Here we go. This angle on the left and this angle on the right. So that inherently I'm building in that slope to the outside. Here it is again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't love this either. For me, it takes a little bit too long, but it's going to give you the right result, and it's pretty safe because you're scraping only vertically. You're not trying to go against the grains or angling in any particular way. All right, here's version number 3, and this is sort of a compromise between these careful scraping techniques and the technique that I actually use for my own reed making. Here, instead of drawing my little rooftop with pencil, I'm going to go ahead and set it in with my knife. So I start at the gutter at 65. I put my knife at the angle I want, and I'm just going to cut a notch. I'll cut it on the other side too. Cut it, and then remove my knife. And at this point, since I have a physical barrier that I can't scrape behind, it's pretty easy for me to just scrape forward. And by whatever means necessary, whether that's chicka 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 chick, or whether that's nice long scrapes, that's how I'm going to get that rooftop in place and that tip in place. Finally, there's the technique that I actually use, the scoop and curl. So I'll start here with my knife again, just at that 65mm mark. And instead of being careful with it in any way, I'm really just going to go ahead and cut it in. I'm being fairly aggressive. And then I will curl that cane right away. You can see that my knife actually travels in a kind of an angled, kind of a curving pattern. I cut in at the angle of the rooftop, and then I'll swivel so that by the time I'm at the top of the reed, I'm moving with the grain of the cane, which makes me less apt to rip cane off. Here it is on the left, and you'll see the same thing. The tip of my knife is going to curve from being at a strong angle to heading straight up the grain of the cane. Obviously, the advantage of this technique is that it's very fast. It only takes me a few scrapes to finish, and every single stroke that I make is taking care of all of the dimensions. I'm working outward from the angle of the rooftop. I'm always thinking about angling this way on the right and this way on the left so that I can take more from the side than from the center, and I'm always scraping really downhill all the way through the tip of the reed so that I don't end up with extra thickness at the tip at any point. This has been a 5-minute Reedmaker video. You can subscribe to them right here on YouTube. You'll be able to see them on my website soon, jennetingle.com. I am more than happy to take any questions, and I'd love to know what videos you would like me to make next to help to illuminate some aspect of oboe reed making. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.